Okay, so we're back again with the box kit experiment. You may remember from the last installment, I only had done this much. I had my 4 dark green colors. I had my dark green and my Kelly green and my kind of neonish green, and then the multicolored, the greens in it. And so I've gotten that all done. And then I brought in the light greens, which you can see here. I've got the 4 different light greens. We've got like a, not quite as neon as the one up here, but a light green. Then the green multi, which I have a little bit left. You can see it's got the light green and the mid green and the darker green and the white in it. And then we've got the that medium kind of lighter Kelly green. So those are in here, and I did a couple of passes of that, and then I kind of stopped to take stock of what I had accomplished thus far. And I decided at that point, you can see I've got the shrug sewn up here. I've got my little bit of sleeve here. I actually crochet them together so you get the nice blend of colors instead of sewing them. I like doing that mainly because I hate hand sewing, but also because I like the way it looks when it's crocheted together. You get this really nice blending in of the colors I really like, and you get this nice crocheted look that's just different. You don't see that. Usually on store-made stuff, you're just going to see seams, right? You're not going to see anything crocheted together like that. So I did that, and I kind of stopped after I had gotten through the greens. I got to the point where I had done all of the dark colors and all of the lighter colors, and I decided, I'm going to stop and see if I have enough to actually do a hat to match this. Can I take the same colors and make a hat? So I decided what I would do is I would finish out the shrug. I didn't sew it together at that point, but I went ahead and I brought in the last passes of the dark colors so that I had the dark and the light and the dark again, and that's when I stopped. And so I decided to put it off to the side and make a hat. Can you see that? I got it on a little mannequin. It is made of the greens. Got the same greens. Here, let me take it off so you can see it. So it's got the same greens predominantly through, and this is Tunisian as well. And I don't generally like to do Tunisian in hats. It's kind of a pain because you need 2 balls and the double-ended hook, but it is doable. And then I've got the little fluffy section here, and then you can see that I'm ending with the same dark colors, right? So you got the dark green and that bright Kelly green and the yellow green, and then ending with the colors around the rim. I thought that was a nice touch, so I made a little hat, and it's kind of cute. So after I did that, then I went back ahead and finished off the shrug. Sewed it all up, or crocheted it all up, I should say. And it's wearable. Could it be wider? Yes. Do I struggle with the ends? Yes. What have I learned from this experiment? My original thought of doing 7 colors instead of breaking it up into 4 and 3 would probably have looked better. I'm not sure what order I would have done it in if I'd done all 7. I'd probably try to go from darker to lightest and then back to darker, and then you'd have a continuous pattern all the way through. That's probably how I do it differently the next time. However, I didn't do it that way because when you're working with multiple colors, you get all of these kind of nasty ends that you have to deal with, and having 4 was bad enough. I didn't think adding on 3 would be would be good for my sanity, so I didn't. But having gone through it now, I think that extra pain of the ends would have produced an interesting look, different than this. Not to say this isn't interesting. It's definitely interesting. But what can you do with box kits? So if you get enough of these little tiny balls of yarn, you can make things. This could have also been a scarf or a wrap. I like doing shrugs because I have it, over the top part of my arms, and it looks kind of like a fancy scarf, kind of, sort of. That's how this turned out. So I think I will try this again. I still have plenty of yarn in the box, and I'm going to try doing the more colors than just, breaking up into 4 and 3. I'm going to try doing a whole sequence of colors and see what I end up with. Will it become unmanageable with all the ends? Trying to pull up 7 back to the top. Will I end up having to cut it in order to make that work? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll learn together, right? So